Namaste, friend souls. Infinite gratefulness for existence. I know I have been a very long time away from my YouTube channel and from you, but that is not a problem because we have always to follow our highest alignment, and what I mean by that is what I'm gonna explain right now. And this video is gonna be about how to find your twin flame, how to manifest your twin flame in your life, how to meet it, and everything around twin flame. Because I have self-experience, I'm self-experiencing, and I will be self-experiencing for eternity, because once you find it, you will never go back. So you will always stay tuned to it and together. That's what twin flames are all about. And before I was not even thinking a lot about it, and I was constantly manifesting more my infinite reality about life itself and my ascension on it, and it just happened. So stay tuned and you're gonna find out everything about my self-experience, and I hope this can interact also in your life and manifest on your own. Stay tuned. Twin flame is something that connects two beings. Doesn't matter what sex, what gender, whatever. It's just two beings which are connected through flames. That's why they are called twin flames. So maybe if you don't see the flames, you feel the flames. So it's a fire firing you from within, okay? So it's almost similar to the same feeling of the Kundalini. So if you have ever experienced something near the Kundalini, you will feel that there's a fire, which this fire is not even close to the real fire, physical fire that you see. It's a mystic one, so it can give you cold and hot at the same time. And this changes you in a way that it puts you in tune with a higher vibration, where you connect yourself more than the physical, more than the mental, and beyond spiritual. So you connect and bound with this being more than physically, mentally, and spiritually. And this makes oneness. And this is how you start to see life and feel life in a different way than you never expected or you thought before. And so you start a new vibration field in your life just because this has manifested into your life. But how to get there? How to connect with your twin flame if it's around there and you don't know it, or how to connect with it and you want to know everything about it? How to manifest your twin flame? So how did I manifest my twin flame in my life, my self-experience? I was not even thinking about it. Of course, I wanted to connect with somebody that I love or that I like, and we feel lonely in this ascension life, which we start to separate from everyone, but actually we are entering the oneness and not the separateness. But as life takes off in this ascension, we start to feel very lonely, and then you feel you want to connect with somebody. Even if it's not twin flame, you want to connect with somebody you like. Of course, that's the very nature of the human being. And so that was what I was. I was just connecting with somebody, because twin flame, it would be my full life towards that. And I was not about that. I was my whole life towards ascension. Of course, after my awakening of 4 years ago now, all that I started to imagine. Otherwise, before I wouldn't even imagine about these things. And so what made me manifest my twin flame? Of course, I knew already this being, my twin flame. I already knew her, not from twin flame, but I already had. We already loved each other, and we knew each other already for 1 year and 3 months. But then everything changed when I went there to Philippines. After a sudden change, which I felt this change occurring and feeling through my soul. So I was supposed to go to Brazil for living. And once I started to program my life to go to Brazil, things started to happen in a way for me to, instead of going to Brazil, go to Philippines. She's from Philippines. And what happened was incredible, because I was supposed to almost be going to Brazil, mindset and everything, to then know that I wasn't supposed to go there or to live there, and instead travel by surprise to her without she knows, and give this special moment. I wasn't still aware that she would be twin flame, but I was already imagining that she could be. So I accepted the challenge to go there instead of going to Brazil, and I didn't say anything to her. So it was very magical surprise. So she was thinking, because of the time that I was flying, that I was going to Brazil, because I told her. And we were in constantly contact. So once I started to write to her, she was thinking I arrived in Brazil. So then I was like making a game surprise and something very cool. She was not even thinking about. Then I made with the taxi driver a way that she was supposed to receive a package from me that I have sent long ago, and it was supposed to be delivered to her. And then she said, yeah, what's in this package? I said, it's a surprise. And the package was actually me. And so when arrived, the taxi driver, and then she said, that's the car, and in the early morning. And then I come out of the car, and she never saw me personally, because we only connected ourselves through internet. And it was like, what? She was not still awake and still sleepy, and then watching me the first time, and then I come very fast and hug her. It was very magical and crazy. And she didn't believe for 3 days in a row, because that was so a big surprise that it was very crazy. But the thing is, then I stayed there for almost for 3 weeks, and then I came back to here, Portugal. And then after a while, when I started to feel this distance from her and she also from me, I started to enter in a soul state where my soul put me in the very limits of mind, beliefs and all this, and say, look, send me a message and put me the fire in my kundalini. And I felt this thing coming, and I knew that she was my twin flame. After, my mind said, yeah, let's put some things here to believe. I said, okay, let's give it a try. And I started to make some similarities, like what makes us being twin flames, and everything came to like the settings. You know this icon in the settings. There's a wheel, a teeth wheel, like say so. And when you connect, it's like the motor starts to work. So it was exactly this, and everything worked. So we are like very alike in a lot of things, but also in a lot of things we are nothing alike. We are completely opposite, and that attraction and contraction makes the perfect twin flames connection. And yeah, my love has exploded. She also, but she is not spiritual. She's starting to become aware through my being, and she has a very open mind, so she's accepting my things little by little, and that's very magical, because each one of us has its own path, its own time, its own space to enter the reality and to destroy these illusions. So I am very patient with that, so that I give and I accept and I forgive all her time and space to bound with the truth. So nobody borns with the truth already clear, you know. It's when we enter this density of this world full of lies and full of things of illusions, we hardly know the real truth about it. So we have to connect with the inner self. And so then I'm giving her all the ways to enter the reality instead of the illusions. So it will take its time. But that's very magical, because one time I thought my twin flame has to be very, very spiritual, very awakened, and almost like me. But what happened? It's not. So expectations do not exist in the infinite reality, because expectations die in the sea. They drown, because it's not ultimate reality, you know. So ultimate reality is all about the very present moment of now. So expectations leads you to past or future, which does not exist. You are the one who's creating your reality every single moment. So right now you are creating a reality in this single moment. So you cannot expect something from you. You cannot promise something. You cannot do it that, because even if you win over a promise, it doesn't mean that you always gonna win over all the promise, because promise is something that you are planning, and planning does not exist because it leads to the future or past. So it's very clear to me that, and I hope that it's also very clear for you. Otherwise, you watch again this video and you will see the current time and space, which leads you to believe that there's a sense of past or future. But this will not exist in your ultimate reality, because you are now, in the very present moment of now, creating this. So you choose all the time, every single moment, who you choose to be. And that's where I say alignment, ultimate alignment, or alignment of perfection, or the absolute alignment. I will have you clear just now. So this twin flame, how to manifest the twin flame in your life. How did I manifest mine? I was not even caring about. I was just looking for someone that I love, I really love. So that's where the alignment enters. You have to be with the highest alignment, I think it's a better word, highest alignment of yourself. What means that? You know, you are in control in everything that happens in your life. You are just not aware, fully aware of all the controls. But it doesn't mean that you don't have the control of everything. You have the control of everything that happens in your life. Of course, there's the co-creation of other beings with you in your life. But that doesn't mean that you cannot control. Everything that you receive and give, it's controlled by you. So the actions, the very natural actions of life, is controlled by you. And how it is controlled by you? By everything you got, which is emotions, thoughts, feelings, words, actions, reactions, and all of that. So all of that is working into one will only. That's why there's only oneness. So we think that we are a lot of beings, right? And different beings. That's true. Millions and billions. But if you think that all beings are connected to one God, which is oneness, so there's only one being, there's only one God, there's only one thought, there's only one feeling, there's only one in everything. We just individuate ourselves in every single thing just to give the feeling and the impression that we are living something on our own. But doesn't mean that you are separate from all of this that exists. So alignment is the highest alignment is everything that puts you in touch with your highest self. So what is that makes you feel really the highest that you can be right now? So if you have any thought that it's not in highest alignment with your being right now, put it out, cut it out. That's the way. That's the way how you put yourself in the highest alignment. So if you have a thought that doesn't interact with your highest being, cut it out. If you have an emotion that it's not interacting with your highest being right now, cut it out. If you have a feeling that it's not really in touch with your highest alignment right now, cut it out. Change, transform. You are in control of that. It's just that you are not aware, but I'm giving you this awareness, and you will gain this awareness. Just be aware of all the things that are happening right now in your life and analyze it and see what works and what doesn't work. So if you are always lacking, I lack my twin flame, this is creating your reality right now. So it's not in alignment if you wish to find your twin flame. So this thought or this emotion or whatever it is that it's counterattack you against your will, your desire, your highest alignment, cut it out, transform, convert, whatever. Just put yourself entirely, 100% with your highest alignment. And that's how you can manifest your twin flame. Because once you are in the highest alignment with all your emotions, all your thoughts, all your feelings and everything, you start to vibrate much higher than you ever thought about it. And this will put you in touch with the highest vibrational energies, which is also twin flame, which is also manifesting your reality, which is also the highest feelings, the highest thoughts, and the higher mind, and the higher heart, and everything that puts you in touch with the highest of your being right now. Don't think tomorrow or in the past. That doesn't exist. So it's not in alignment with your highest self. So that's how you put yourself with the highest alignment and manifest your twin flame. I'm gonna do further videos about this because this is a very complex and yet very simple to interact and to do something that we create our life with it. So it's very interesting fact, and that's what's happening with me, and that's how I manifest my twin flame. I didn't even ask about it. I was just knowing that I am on my highest alignment, and that's how the things start to be like attracted to me. So it's not only my twin flame, it's the abundance. So there's also the infinite abundance, which is also creating our reality through our highest alignment. So there's a lot of things that you thought that you were not in control, but yet you are in control of all of it. You are just not aware of it. So that's a very interesting point of view to understand this, and instead of understand this, so that you go inner and not just under. And this is a very big tool for everything in life, not just your twin flame. So I have just given you the highest tool, or one of the biggest tools in life for the human beings that you can have. This is how life, nature, universe, God works on you. Put yourself in the highest alignment of yourself and see your life taking off in your highest manifestation possible. And that's how you manifest your twin flame. And I wish you write down in the comments, in the comment section below, your experience and how you are interacting with it, so that you let me know how this is working for you, and see the results improving once you set everything that puts you in the highest alignment with yourself, and see life take off like never before. Really. I know it's hard through all the illusions we have to go work and all these challenge of life. But this is not impossible. This is possible. And I am the proof of that. I was one of you. I'm still one, because we are all one. But I mean, I was once before going to work and all this challenge of life and having a miserable life, let's say. Of course, not so miserable as comparing to other beings, so that's one big point, because you are not so miserable when you see your life from a different perspective. Because if you compare yourself with someone that doesn't have a house, doesn't have nothing to eat, has diseases and everything, you will no longer see yourself as miserable. So when you see yourself or seeing yourself so low and so miserable, then start to compare yourself with other beings. And you will see that you are no longer miserable and you are actually very abundant. So you have love to give, you have generosity to give, you have simplicity to give, you have compassion and all of that, friendship, so you are not miserable. There's always abundance being created through within you. So when you think you have nothing, you have everything. So start to use that everything that resides in you that will create the other stuff, because what we think that it's abundant, it's actually stuffs. So it's not actually abundance. The real abundance comes from within. And from this within, from love, compassion, and everything, you create stuff. You manifest stuff. So twin flame is not stuff. It's something that comes from your inner abundance, which is the love abundance. And from that, you distribute and share what you are really from within, so that this within will transform and convert into the without. And the without, it's something that comes from outside. And the within, it's something that is produced by you, by your inner. So once you are in highest alignment with your inner self, you will start to produce results in the outer world. So that's how you come from within and manifest the without. And the without, you cannot manifest the within from the without. You can only manifest the without from the within. And the within is actually the ultimate reality of everything. So life started from within, not from without. The without, it's just something for us to interact with and put in practice our within, so that we reflect who we really are. So there's only two sides of life that connects to one. And then there's the Trinity, which is body, mind, and soul. So God expresses himself through the division of the within and the without, and from this we have the compounds, the elements of body, mind, and soul. So we have the Trinity, duality, and oneness. So we start from the oneness to duality and Trinity, and then once we have all this clear, then we go back from the Trinity, duality, oneness. So we born from as a baby from the source, from the oneness, then we come through the duality, which is we are within and we are born to the outside world, to the without. So there's duality. And then when we grow up, we start to see that our life is a trinity, which is body, mind, and soul. So then when we start to remember how to connect these three, then we see that there's only two worlds. From the three, we become two, which is the duality of within and without. So we start to meditate with ourselves. Even if you don't practice meditation, you practice the inner connection. So you start to see that you are in the outside world living and you connect with the within. And then when you really connect with the within, you can go and trespass the limitations and space and time, and then you cross the barrier and you connect with the oneness, one. So then you will see that the circle is complete, and then you can keep circling as a master, as a God observer, and not as a submitter or something that has to be controlled by. No, you will see that you are in control, and you will start to be the observer, and not the life liver. No, the life. You can choose to do a living or live life as an observer. So you can be the observer or the one that is living the life. So once you clear out the circle, then you can actually pass to the other side, which is the observer. You can see everything from the outer view, which sees all of it as a whole. And that's how you start to interact your life differently. I'm not saying that I'm superior than you or something else. No, it's just to put you aware that you are God. That's the truth. You are God. And you are in control in everything that happens in your life. Do you think that God has no control of everything that He created? Yes. But He gave us the control settings, okay? So He's no longer in control of us. Instead, He's observating all of it. So we are actually being aware of that we are God. We are part of God, and we are God itself because we are part of it. And then we are understanding that we are a whole and that we are in control of all of this. And that gives us the opportunity to go to the same place as an observer, as God. And that's when you start to understand how the circle is complete. That's how you can manifest your twin flame and everything else. This is the highest manifestation tool that I just gave you, and you can use it as your own will, and you will see the results of life. Of course, every single being is different, has a different life, a different way how to do life. Doesn't mean that it's gonna work exactly on the same way. It will work on your own creation. So don't expect nothing. Just be the awareness of that is the highest tool, and that's how life works, and that's how you're gonna have your life manifested from now on. And the rest, let it happen. Because I let myself happen, and that's the result. I'm abundant, I am full of feelings, thoughts of higher self, and twin flame now. So I'm gonna prepare to live a life together with her, and all the rest, I leave it happen through our creation, our manifestation. And that's how you can manifest your twin flame and the highest tool of manifestation. And my name is Ivo Artur. This is WAAO Love, and I hope to see you next time. We are all one. Namaste. Infinite gratefulness for existence. Namaste.